Imagine a man whose life abruptly descends into chaos, despite having everything: a family, notoriety, and a front-row seat to some of the most breathtaking treasures on TV. The story of Corey Harrison, the Big Hoss, on Pawn Stars is an exciting ride that you won't want to miss. Keep reading, because there is more to this story than simply the grief. It is about the lessons we can all learn from a life that seemed perfect on the surface, but had some really challenging parts. Grab a snack and relax in as we examine what transpired with Corey in detail. Let's break everything down together. Corey Harrison grew up in the spotlight and was practically born into the world of pawn shops. He was a natural on Pawn Stars, gaining admirers with his keen sense of humor and ability to find a good deal. He is the son of Rick Harrison and the grandson of the old man. At the age of 9, he started sweeping floors and learning the ropes at the gold and silver pawn shop in Las Vegas. By the time he was a teenager, he was managing the business, supervising employees, making big purchases, and proving that he had what it took to carry on the family legacy. On screen, he could haggle with the greatest of them, and he was always ready to grin or say something sarcastic about his father. But beneath that relaxed exterior, things weren't as simple as they seemed. Corey faced several unforeseen difficulties in his early years. He seemed to be building a solid foundation when he married his high school love, Charlene, in 2009. But in 2015, that marriage dissolved. Everyone finds divorce to be challenging, but what about going through it in front of others? That's a lot of pressure. He married Karina, also called Kiki, in 2017 when he recovered, and the two of them had a son, Richard, in 2018. His supporters were encouraging him, thinking that this would be the start of something fresh for him. The couple's bliss was short-lived, though, as they split up a year later. 2 divorces in less than a decade. Corey claimed that their busy schedules were the cause of their split, and they remained friendly. That's a lot to handle, especially when you're in public. Then came the night that shook the world. In September 2023, Corey was stopped by a police officer in Las Vegas for swerving while driving his truck. The officer observed the signs and smelled alcohol before asking for a sobriety test. Corey was charged with DUI and imprisoned as a result of his refusal. For a man who had spent years proving himself to be the one in charge of the future of the pawn shop, this was a gut punch. The headlines screamed, fans speculated, and suddenly the adored Big Hoss had to face a side of life he couldn't escape. This kind of circumstance makes you question how it happened. But the real heartbreak came in January 2024. Corey's brother, Adam, died of a heroin overdose at the age of 39. Losing a sibling is awful enough, but losing one to addiction, it's a deep cut. Adam was not as popular on Pawn Stars as Corey, but they shared a history and were blood relatives. The revelation shocked the Harrison clan, and Rick vented his grief online. For Corey, it was more than just a personal tragedy. It was a frightening reminder of how addiction can spread throughout a society and claim the lives of people you love. Fans pondered whether Corey's personal alcoholism was linked to a more extensive family dispute that none of us witnessed on TV, as they started to piece things together. In actuality, Corey's story is not just about the falls, it's also about what the falls reveal. On Pawn Stars, he was arguing with Rick about an expensive purchase or trying to increase interest in the store. While off-screen, he was juggling much more pressing problems. His DUI, his divorces, and his brother's passing all imply that life has had a significant influence on him. Even though he's still alive and working in the pawn store business, you can't help but feel bad for him. Sometimes being famous doesn't shield you from pain, it just amplifies it. Corey's tragedy is the slow buildup of internal conflicts, until they become inevitable rather than a spectacular collision. Finally, think about this. The fact that Corey is still out there, controlling the chaos, might be a plus, because he is a human being in spite of his flaws. His story has resonance. Although Corey Harrison's tragedy, divorces, DUI, and losing Adam is certainly disheartening, it also gives us a chance to consider our own lives. What is weighing us down? What do we have control over? If this struck a chord with you, don't disregard it. Express your ideas in the comments section below. Please click the subscribe button and forward this video to someone who should see it, so that we may keep examining important stories. Let's carry on the discussion, as we are all involved.